AITA for refusing to cook separate meal for my niece? I, F42, live with my husband Alex, M45, and our daughters Eve, F18, and Eva, F16. We live in a different city from our families due to work. All names are fake for posting. A few months ago my sister asked me if her daughter Kate, F19, can stay with us since she was starting college in our city. She was scared of her daughter moving away for first time, especially to a big city like ours. I knew Kate from before COVID time and remembered her to be a smart, sweet kid. I discussed with my husband and we agreed she can stay with us. Kate moved in around 2 months back. She was fine, came home on time, let us know her whereabouts. No partying. The issue was with food. She had turned vegan. Normally I cook for my family. I cook just one meal for all. And we are all dairy-obsessed people. Milk for cereal, butter in pancakes, cheese in everything. Eggs were our staple. Kate needed separate dishes altogether and we needed vegan substitutes for her. Since those are way more expensive, I told my sister she should give money to Kate so she can buy it. She stared, telling me how family doesn't take money from family to feed kids. I told her I would feed Kate same as other kids, but I won't spend excess money on her. She said that's fine, since her mom won't buy it. Kate started buying plant-based substitutes with her pocket money. For dishes like pancakes, I made food for her using her ingredients. But every time I made a huge non-vegan meal, she expected me to provide equivalent vegan meals. I drew line at that. I can't spend so much time cooking another meal. She said everyone else got to eat it while she was left with few stuff go eat. I told her she is free to cook for herself and she hated that idea. It came to a boiling point last weekend when we had a barbecue dinner with friends. She got upset that her salad was very basic. It was good only with chicken added, and had nothing else to eat. She complained and I told her she can cook for herself. She got even more upset at that and called her mom crying about how I didn't make any good meals for her and expected her to fend for herself. My sister called me yelling at me how I didn't love her daughter and was intentionally excluding her. My parents are also taking their side. AITA? Did she turn vegan before or after moving in with you? If she was vegan before, did her mother cook her meals? Did she pay for vegan substitutes for her own daughter? I'm just trying to figure out why a 19-year-old adult still feels entitled and expects people to cook lavish meals for her with their own time and money. NTA. If they could send her to a dorm, they would have to pay for her food as well. It was not good enough that you opened your home to her, but you had to cater also? Not sure which aspect of your family is more entitled. Your niece, your sister, or your parents. None of them want to spend a dime, but expect you to be the maitre d' at an all-inclusive resort. That you don't get paid or tipped. Maybe the best approach is telling them the housing situation isn't working out. There will be more howling until they realize there is no alternative that will cost them less. For some, everything is never enough. Info. Are you getting money for room and board? Edited to add judgment. NTA. You should not have to pay extra on top of what you're already providing. NTA. You aren't her maid or private chef. You are putting a roof over her head. And that is where your responsibilities end. If she wants to follow a specific diet, she can cook for herself or tootle off back to her mother. NTA. What would she have done if she was living in the dorms or off campus? Your sister should have told you up front that her daughter is a vegan so that you could have made an informed decision. Your niece is 19 and should be able to make meals for herself. Your sister needs to stop expecting you to cater to her child. If her daughter was staying in a dorm, They'd have to pay for meals, so not sure why she'd say that family doesn't take money from family to feed kids. This is a situation where your niece chose to be vegan and vegan options can get pricey. Your sister and her daughter both seem quite entitled. Tell your sister that you will house her daughter until the end of this semester, but for the second semester in spring, she has to find other accommodations. NTA, tell your sister this is not working. Wow, your sister is incredibly selfish and entitled. I can see where your niece got that from. Your sister was buying expensive ingredients and cooking 2 sets of meals. She knew that before she asked if you would let your niece live with you. But she hid that information. She's not paying you anything for room or board, but she expects you to take grocery money away from your family and time away from your family to buy and prepare food for her adult daughter. A 9-year-old is not a child. She or her mother should be paying for her groceries, not you. She should cook for herself. If she wants someone to cook meals for her, either her mother should visit and do the cooking, or they should be paying you an amount you consider fair and reasonable for room and board. Beggars can't be choosers. Either she accepts your hospitality, she provides for herself, or she pays for special treatment. Your sister can be as enabling as she wants in her own home. She doesn't get to dictate what rules people live by in your home. You are under no obligation to cater to your niece's preference to live a vegan lifestyle, particularly since that aspect was never disclosed before your niece moved in. Frankly, they deceived you and are attempting to defraud you. You agreed to let her live with you and share the meals that you make for your family. Anything beyond that is not your responsibility. You are NTA. NTA. Unfortunately, this is PR blah not going to work. You're already helping by giving her a place to stay. She needs to understand she chose to be vegan. Not fair to force you to adapt more than you've already have. You're not being unreasonable. NTA. I can see why her mom didn't think she was ready to live on her own and needs protection. She's a damn child, coddled by silly parent. The nerve to ask to live with a family member, assuming for free because of the money comment, then complaining that the free food wasn't good enough. This group makes me so happy. I'm from a very small family. NTA. Your niece is starting university soon. She needs to learn to be self-sufficient. It's not that she can't cook for herself. It's she can't be bothered. You are her aunt, not her servant. No one gets this entitled unless they've been catered to their entire lives. When your niece starts school, she's going to learn the hard way. No one is going to hold her hand, and she doesn't fart rainbows and unicorns. She's going to be a little fish in a big pond. NTA. She's an adult. She can cook her own food. Moreover, she's living there seemingly for free or at a discount. So again, she can eat what's provided or prepare her own. None of this is due to allergies. It's all a choice. I'd refuse to cook special meals for her altogether. But based on her behavior, we can 100% tell she's vegan. NTA. My sib and I were cooking by 12. It was mostly out of self-defense. Our mom can't cook for squat. If a 19-yo can't figure out how to open and cube a container of tofu, there's not much you, or anyone, can do for her. NTA. You've set a reasonable boundary. Niece needs to learn how to cook some of her own meals. 2. You could also find out what it costs for niece to get a meal plan at her university. Most have this info online and easy to find. Suggest that your niece can eat vegan there, at least for breakfast and lunch. Basically, Kate's mom has 3 choices. 1. Kate can move into the dorms. 2. Kate can drop out of college and move home. 3. Kate's mom can send Kate money to buy her own vegan foods and she can cook her own meals. Editing to add that since your parents are team vegan, they can also get some skin in the game and pony up extra money for Kate's pricey vegan foods. Stress to Kate's mom that these are the only choices and you will be fine and respectful of the choice Kate and her mom make. If Kate's mom tries to make any demands outside of those choices, keep repeating the only 3 choices. NTA but Kate and her mom are NTA. She's 19. She's not a small child. If she was living in the dorms, she would be expected to figure out all her meals. Whether it's finding vegan options at cafe or cooking herself. If it bothers her that much, then her mom can find alternative living arrangements. NTA. She is an adult and fully capable of feeding herself. Her dietary preferences are her own to accommodate. NTA. Kate is not a child. She is more than capable of cooking for herself. She's just lazy. Tell your sister it isn't working out due to the entitlement she and her daughter shows. Ask your sister to come pick her up and make other living arrangements for her. The entitlement is strong here. NTA. NTA. From reading the other comments, you're basically taking care of 3 children. She gets water, heat, electricity, and food for free. I don't want to be rude, but your sister seems to be an asshole. Why does your niece deserve special treatment? NTA. Several things really bother me. Kate does not accept her adult responsibilities to care for herself and her belongings. She expects you to provide special service and attention to her. Opening your home isn't enough. She demands concierge and personal chef services. And what does she offer to compensate for the time, energy and resources she demands? Love? Second, she and your sister believe it's okay to harass and berate you. That alone should send her packing. Emo. Kate doesn't want to deal with the challenge and inconvenience of a vegan diet in a non-vegan household. She prefers to abdicate that responsibility. Her mom supports her pushing that responsibility onto you with no consideration or communication with you about your willingness to take it on. To them, you're serving Kate's convenience is part of the package. The lack of respect for you and your priorities as well as your autonomy is unacceptable. Their punishing angry outbursts are also unacceptable. You have the right to require civil and respectful treatment in all your relationships. You certainly don't have to house an adult who treats you in an angry and abusive manner. Let your sister and Kate know their behavior has proven having Kate live with you isn't working and new housing is necessary ASAP. You should not sacrifice the comfort, safety and privacy of your home and family any longer.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.